skyline glow, terminal lights in the undertow. Packets racing through the wire, silicone dreams feeding the fire. Cold compounds, alarms ignite, pushing commits into midnight. Every line a razor edge, living life on the bleeding edge. We don't sleep, we don't stop, we debug while the systems fall. Every signal through the noise, every failure fuels the fight. We are engineers in the loop, breaking the future, rewriting the truth. Binary pulse in a human mind, racing the clock, leaving fear behind. We are engineers in the loop, building tomorrow from fragments and proof. If the world resets, we still reboot. We are the engineers in the loop.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Anthropic CEO says we're 2 years away from having a country of geniuses in the data center. Elon Musk just merged his rocket company with the AI company in the biggest data deal in human history. Biggest weird Frankenstein company in human history. We're going to get to that. He wants to put those data centers in space. Meanwhile, 30,000 tech workers lost their jobs in 6 weeks, and the companies fire them are blaming AI. But most of them don't even have AI ready to go. So 5 stories, 30 minutes. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Woo! I'm RJ. I'm a staff engineer, SaaS company. I build AI in production every single day, shipping code. This is the AI engineering brief. Your signal over noise briefing, bringing on the AI stories that actually matter for practitioners. Episode 4, let's get into it. Whew, waking up today. Oh, we gotta move some stuff around here. Hold on a second. We're getting there. Let's get into this. Sorry, it's Monday. I'm going to say I got a case of the Mondays here. Yeah, that's that. Okay. Technical difficulties. I should have had this set up beforehand, but it's okay. We'll keep going. Share screen. I wish I could edit that out, but this is a live window. Can't edit it. Can't do the edits. Let's see if that can do it. Put this up here. This over here. Let's see what happens. Can we get to it? I am suffering from a Monday. That is for sure. Boom. There. Now we got it. Okay. Don't know why this is not working. Oh, because the window's in the wrong place. Goodness. Okay. Let's talk about it. All right. So we are near the end of exponential. So this is Anthropic CEO, and he's talking about how we're pushing on to these points of where AI has been on an exponential growth curve, and we're nearing the end of that, he says. AGI timeline estimate is allegedly 1 to 3 years, with a 90% probability in 10 years. I think it's hype. He says, I really do believe that we could have models that are a country of geniuses in the data center in 1 to 2 years. I mean, that's a bold claim for a guy selling AI to everybody. Last episode, we talked about how Dario saying Claude might be conscious. This week, we went further, saying that way further. On Darkesh's podcast, Dario laid out the clearest AGI roadmap any Frontier Lab CEO has publicly given. He says a country of geniuses in a data center, 1 to 2 years, 90% probability in 10 years. He's not hedging bets anymore. Here's the point everyone missed. He also said, what if the country of geniuses comes, but it's mid-2028 instead of mid-2027? Well, if you're banking on like this Moore's Law curve of when AI is going to be here, you're going to go bankrupt. He believes AGI is imminent, and that being wrong by 12 months could kill his company as well as anyone else's company that's relying on AI. Anthropic went from 0 to 100 million to $1 billion in 9 or 10 billion in revenue in just a few consecutive years. They added several more billion in January alone, but the compute costs are astronomical. And if you guys aren't understanding like how much it costs to get that text to appear in your screen, like they're operating well within very thin margins, if they're even profitable at all. I mean, that's why we're like trying to grow so many data centers, is to make it cheaper for the demand, because the demand, I mean, let's face it, demand went through the roof. Everyone started, I mean, AI went mainstream a couple of years ago, and it's everywhere. He drew distinction between capability and diffusion. Even if we have AGI in 2026 curing diseases, we're going to cure cancer, right? If anyone's seen that meme, that's why RAM costs so much. But it takes time and regulations, physical constraints, human adoption. That's a big part. And the model might be a genius, but getting it through the FDA is a different problem. Depends on who's running the FDA. They could have just bought the FDA. Mondo. It's got what plants crave. I think this part stands out. A country of geniuses in a data center in 1 to 2 years, but miss the timing by 12 months, you go bankrupt. That's the tightrope every AI company is walking right now. The CEO of a $380 billion company just told you that he's not sure he'll survive. Yep. Here's what it means for us. If an AI model is right about a timeline, that means every architecture you make, every architecture decision that you make today has a 2 or 3 year shelf life, and that the model that seems impossible today is the baseline in 2 years. But diffusion insight is actually reassuring for every engineer. Like even AGI arrives, your job just doesn't disappear overnight. The bottleneck shifts from capability to integration, and then someone has to build pipelines for all of this stuff. The evaluations, the deployment infrastructure, the safety layers. That's us. So Anthropic's revenue growth, 0 to 10 billion, validates the enterprise API play. They're not just a research lab anymore. They're an infrastructure company, and infrastructure companies need engineers. So don't be so stressed out about it. Let's take a look at some memes. Wrong window. Let's move it down here. Okay. You use code to write, or you use AI to write code. I use AI for naming things. We are not the same. I like that one. I'm going to sit down, so you guys got to give me 1 second. Man. I did some different workouts the other day, and my back is still hurting. Yeah. So let's go how it's going, where it started. Let's see that one. Stupid window. Goes to the wrong window. It's okay, though. It's okay. We get it. Me and my Udemy courses. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is pretty funny. Make a fake Cloudflare page and blame it on them. It gives you time to fix it. Yeah. That'd be an interesting one. That is also pretty relevant. All modern digital infrastructure with AI being a wedge propping everything up. Down here is that FFmpeg library that's holding up YouTube. So, okay. So we got that. We got a little humor out of the way. It's Monday. I'm working on it. This is like the fourth show. I'm still trying to get my footing, get my voice here, but that's okay. Let's talk about this. SpaceX eats XAI. Okay. So Elon sold XAI to SpaceX. It's the biggest merger of all time, valued at 1.25 trillion. Pop-ups. This also, remember, not long ago, XAI bought X, and this just seems like some I don't know how to explain, like it seems like some weird money thing, right? Like he bought X for billions of dollars, and then now XAI buys X, and now SpaceX buys XAI. Tesla's going to be in here somewhere, right? This is the biggest merger in history. $1.25 trillion combined valuation. These are also not publicly traded companies. So it's big companies, right? So let me set the scene. Elon owns a rocket company, SpaceX, and he owns an AI company, XAI. Then he decided they should be the same company because obviously AI and space combine. But they're not far from the truth because SpaceX also delivers satellite internet. And AI is, becoming ubiquitous. They got Grok and Grokopedia. So this isn't completely far-fetched. And also they're talking about building data centers in space, which I think is probably better for the environment. But this is when, we get into crazy sci-fi world that I've been telling my friends about that we're walking into, that they don't seem to understand because they don't live in tech like we do. So SpaceX and XAI, SpaceX absorbed XAI through a share exchange. One XAI share converts to 0.1433 SpaceX shares, and the math puts SpaceX at $1 trillion and XAI at 250 billion. Which seems odd because I remember that he bought it for a lot less than that. Musk is already prepping for what analysts are calling the IPO of the century. And this is probably something I want to get in on. By mid-2026, potentially pricing at $1.5 trillion. It's going to be a big company. Here's the part that sounds like science fiction. Musk wrote in a memo, the cheapest way to generate AI compute will be in space within 2 to 3 years. Solar power is free, cooling the vacuum is trivial, and you already own the rockets. That is such a power play. And I don't know the physics of it. I don't know if it's cheaper to do it in space. I mean, it might be. But Elon just merged his rocket company with his AI company, $1.5 trillion. The plan? Build data centers in space, solar power is free, cooling in the vacuum of space is trivial, and he already owns the rockets. This is either genius or the most expensive science fiction movie ever made. Let's talk about what's real and what's hype. Space-based compute has 3 genuine advantages. Unlimited solar, passive cooling, and no land acquisition costs. But it has one enormous problem, latency. It takes a long time to get from the top to the bottom. Low Earth orbit satellites add 20 to 40 milliseconds round trip, which if you're already at that, just communication on Earth can be slow. Can be much faster than that, like 2 ms. For inference serving, that might be acceptable, but for interactive applications like ChatGPT's Spark AI, it could get slow. The vertical integration play here is what should really be called out. It's pretty smart. Build a data center in a rocket, launch it to space, bam. If you're building on Grok's API, I haven't built on it. I usually stick to OpenAI and Claude, but here it's good. But the governance risk is multiplied. We talked about that before. One regulatory dispute and your AI's provider's infrastructure is literally in a holding pattern above atmosphere. Okay. We're moving on to the last story because we're running out of time and I don't have to get to work, but it is Monday and I'm taking the day off. This is the one that's kind of hit home for a bunch of people. Tech sector layoffs, 30,000 jobs in 6 weeks. On track to surpass 2025's job cuts. Oh, okay. So in the U.S. it was 25,000. Then they're combining these all together. I think it's premature to have these companies start blaming AI for job cuts. January was the worst for layoffs. 108,000 U.S. layoffs were announced. It's over 100% increase year over year. Amazon alone has cut 30,000 people since October. Codename Project Dawn. I don't know why you have to have code names for layoffs, but I mean, I guess you do you, Amazon. Andy Jassy said it plainly. We need fewer people doing some of the jobs that are being done today. That's just they have been investing a lot in robotics, so they have a lot of robo cars and stuff at their warehouses. Here's something that should make you angry. We're going to pull this one up. Deutsche Bank are warning that companies are using AI as a cover story. Their exact words: AI redundancy washing will be a significant feature of 2026. Yep. Reduce headcount, seat compression. We talked about that before. They're going to say it's because of AI. Most of these companies don't have that kind of AI installed. It's companies are firing people and blaming AI, but they don't even have these systems in place. They're not ready to do those jobs. Deutsche Bank is a name for it: AI redundancy washing. You're not being replaced by AI. You're being replaced by a press release. And again, I'm trying to help you guys cut through the hype here. Warned against the practice. Yeah. These multi-billion-dollar companies will say whatever, right? So that they can get their fat pockets. That's okay though. You know that it's going to bite them. It's going to bite them right in the butt, because when you have everything built up on these AI agents that don't even exist for their company yet, there's going to be pushback, or there's going to be a single point of failure, and they're going to be like, I don't know what to do. And then it's going to be good and bad for us, I think. Like, my prediction is that we'll probably have to end up doing more with less, but we'll also be able to charge more because, they're replacing entire swaths of people. So smart AI engineers are going to be in demand. I wanted to get to this open source China nuke trained entirely on Huawei chips. This is if you've been watching this, what's the TikTok one? The movie one with TikTok. A bunch of Disney and Paramount, they're like suing because of copyright infringement. Didn't get to it. Want to get to it. We're almost out of time. I started a little late. It's almost 9 a.m. Started a little late. My apologies for that. I'll get better at this. I will. I'll get better at this. Blackwell chips, inference cost 10%. Oh. Okay, so let's talk about the trenches real quick before we sign off. Again, Monday, getting beat up. after covering AI washing story, I want to get personal here, right? How do you position yourself in a market where companies are cutting engineers and blaming AI? There's three things that I'm doing. One, I am making sure that I'm the builder and I'm not being replaced. So I try to put myself on, on as much teams as possible because I want to get a lot of exposure to this as well. The engineers that getting cut are roles that AI theoretically replaces, but I don't know if there is a replacement yet. Like, there's a lot of liability. I remember seeing the Primogen talking about how completely AI driven agent development stuff, like there's liability that goes into that, not only legally but just like who's going to manage it, who's going to maintain it. Number two, document everything with numbers. Lead with data. That's like our whole job, is to lead with data. Let's see here. Our integrated AI means nothing on a resume. So if you need to, hopefully you don't, but if you need to fill out a resume, just make sure you document things that you've done. Like, I built a RAG. I built a semantic search to improve search X%. I deployed an API pipeline that cut review time by 40% across 12 repositories. Measurable outcomes is what I'd be focusing on. And then three, your moat is judgment, not prompting. I know we all get stuck in that just one more prompt loop, but anyone can write a prompt, right? And this is where they're going with software. They're making software more open and ubiquitous. However, anyone can paint. They just might not be good. That's what the Primogen said, or he was talking about. Anyone can paint, but it's not necessarily good. Like, I'm a woodworker, but I'm definitely not building high quality furniture at scale. But I mean, I like to do it for fun. It's become more accessible to me. And I think that's what a lot of these agents are going to do to the layperson. But to companies, they're going to try to, they're going to try to do more with less, obviously. But there's going to be more integration into their own products than replacing people in their products. If that makes sense. They might not hire as many people, but I really hope that, us as engineers, we're not getting stuck building, outsourcing Susan's job to AI agent. Like, that'd not be cool. At least not in my opinion. I'd like you to try this. Pick an AI project you work on and write a 2-sentence impact statement with specific numbers. Put it on your resume, on your LinkedIn. Future you will thank present you. Get into the habit of doing that. One of my impact statements is I'm building a podcast. I'm building a live stream to get you guys involved. So like, comment, subscribe, all those things. I'm going to get out of here. It's past 9. I know I started late. I'm going to work on it. Work in progress. That's what I'm doing. I'm iterating. This was a rough one. It's okay. We're getting there. Comment below if you guys want to engage, talk. You guys want to talk about AI? If you got a story, I'd love to talk about stories. That's the news I got for you today. That is the news that I have for you today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'll see you at the next one.